Welcome to our class this morning. My name is Janine. I'm one of the team leaders in the area. We're doing a salads class today, and that is not something that normally people, really associate with having a Thermomix. So I thought it would be a great idea that we can, find some recipes, hop on and share some ideas and tips and hints. I think the biggest battle with cooking most of the time is what to cook. So if you've made some amazing salads in your Thermomix, please use the chat to, pop that in there and let us know, what they are, because it's about sharing ideas and things like that. So what I did was, just as a little bit of an exercise, I went into Cookie Do and I went down to the filters and I added in the UK, the USA and Canada, and then just typed in salads into the search bar, and there was something like a ridiculous hundreds and hundreds of salads came up. Some of them are slightly bit random, but mostly really beautiful recipes. So I've set up my own recipe collection in Cookie Do called Salads, and have lots of beautiful things in there. So today is, we've got a few helping me out today. So it's a really beautiful collaboration actually of 3 teams. So it's a really nice environment to work in. We've got 3 team leaders on and 2 consultants cooking with us today. And so if you've thought about, perhaps doing a little side hustle or earning some extra income, or perhaps your work is a little bit quieter, come on and find out what it's all about, because you'll be joining a really gorgeous community of, collaboration, support, and just quite a fun place to work and be active in. So have a chat to your consultant if that is of interest to you. So first of all, what I'd like to do is invite the girls to come off mute that are cooking today. So we've got Rochelle, Anthea, Fiona and Tina. If you guys want to come off mute and introduce yourselves and say hi.
Hi everyone, I'm Tina. I'm from Team Spice It Up. I'm glad to be able to join in today. I hope everyone has a lot of fun. And if you notice in the background, I have it all red because for those who are celebrating the Lunar New Year, it's Chinese New Year on the 12th of February. So I'm trying to be a little bit festive here.
How exciting. And you're going to make some special things for Chinese New Year, I'm sure.
Already. Yep.
Cool.
Easy with the Thermomix.
Here's Fiona. I'm going to add her in as well.
Okay. Hi everyone, I'm Fiona. I've been with Thermomix nearly 10 years next month, and salads are a great standby to whip up in seconds to go with your barbecued meats in summertime. And when you're watching your weight or detoxing, it's a great way of adding that to your diet. So looking forward to doing a quick broccoli salad for you today.
All that beautiful fibre coming in.
Yes.
I'm going to show you a little pull apart, not quite so healthy, but if you're having salad, we can get away with it. Okay, who's up next?
Okay.
Oh, you go, Anthea.
Hi, my name's Anthea. I'm team leader for the Northern Beaches, and I've been with Thermomix for probably 8 years now. I'm going to be rustling up a brown rice salad. It's a good example of something you can make that is a large quantity, so you can serve a lot of people with it. Great one to take to a barbecue. Something that you can serve alongside your meats, or you can have as a whole meal in itself. So looking forward to the rest of the class, and I will pass you over to Rochelle.
Hello, welcome. Hope everyone's staying cool on this Friday. I'm Rochelle. I am in the same team as Fiona with the lower North Shore. I am making, it's called a salmon superfood salad, but I'm doing it with chicken. And it incorporates a few good grains and veggies and things like that. So a good one to whip together as a main meal. So very excited for that. And yeah, I'm excited by this class because salads in Thermomix is something that a lot of people kind of go, you're kidding, that's not possible. So I know I'm even excited to take away a few tips. from the ladies who've been doing it a lot longer than I have. So very excited. I think it's a good class that everyone's joined today.
Awesome, thank you. Yeah, so look, salads is a little bit of a, slightly different one, but that also encompasses all different things. So all your sauces, your marinades, making mayonnaise, dressings, all the little side accompaniments that you can have with it as well. Just means that you can entertain quite quickly or, get the family meal on the table at the same time. So we're making, I think we're doing about 5 or 6 dishes. We've got a brown rice salad. We're doing a Caesar salad. Rochelle's doing the super salad. I'm doing a Thai beef salad. We love Asian style food in this house, so I found something that that would appeal to us. Fiona's going to do the broccoli salad, which is one of my absolute favourites. And I'll also show you a mango and quinoa salad, and mangoes are in season at the moment, so perfect time to be utilising produce that's in season. So hope you enjoy. Please use the chat for any questions. No question's a silly question, and if you have any great ideas you'd like to share, then pop those in the chat as well. So first of all, we're going to kick off with Tina. Tina's got another commitment today, so are you ready to go, Tina, or would you like to start with Anthea?
No, I'm good. Okay.
Yeah, sorry, we changed that around because we just thought.
Yeah, my commitment has been moved as well, so I'm actually quite free.
Lovely. All right. Well, you take it away, and we look forward to seeing your Caesar salad.
Okay, I'm happy to be here, and I tend to eat a lot of other different kind of cuisines like Malaysian, because I'm Malaysian, but because I have a Thermomix, I can start eating salads, and that is why I'm so excited to share this recipe. So I have 2 cameras, and it's gonna pin on the Thermomix. Can you see that?
Yes, we can.
What I love about the Thermomix is that it makes my mayo. So I have this mayo, and it keeps for 2 to 3 weeks, and it's lovely. You can see this has been a week old, and it's still beautiful. And that's what the Caesar salad needs. So in here, I've already popped it into my week. So Caesar salad's cooking today. I can see exactly what I need. But because I'm actually cooking for 2 today, and that's going to be our lunch, I'm going to make half the recipe. And if you noticed, I can make half a recipe here really well, and I can also double it. So that's the exciting part about the Caesar salad dressing. If you want to make more, go right on ahead, because I'll give you a few tips along the way. It's all about listening to your Thermomix and what it's doing. So I'll just go right on started. So I've got the Parmesan cheese all done up. As you can see right here, it's all done. And that's for the sake of keeping it nice and quick today. It goes 10 seconds at a speed of 9, and I've set it aside. And here goes in my garlic clove. I've got my garlic clove, and then I'm chopping it up. Quick and easy. So it's half a garlic clove because half a recipe. Okay. So I say scrape down, and this is how it looks like. Nothing to it. So this is half a garlic clove. It finds it and it obliterates it. Isn't it amazing? Still never seems to amaze me. Okay, I'm going to call on my cameraman to help me. So I'm going to put a jug in on top, and we're going to use the jug instead to be the weigh scale. So it activates. I just put my jug on top, and the reason why I'm using a pouring, can you take over the camera, my cameraman? I'm using a grapeseed oil. Spanish, it says, bought in Korea and made in Spain. Figure that out? I have no idea. So I decided to do this part manually to show how it is when you do a weighing scale and putting something else on top to weigh it. And then it says set aside. So let's pan it down to the screen again. And then that's where it's inserting my butterfly. So if you never used your butterfly, it's a great tool. So I've got the garlic still in there. I'm putting my butterfly, and it says anchovy fillets. Don't have anchovy fillets today. We can skip that. And it says mayonnaise. So I'm going to put half of the recipe, so 25 grams. Again, the weighing scale is activated. So I'm just popping in this beautiful, can you see how silky smooth my mayonnaise is? I actually dropped in exactly half already, so I'm gonna stop. All right, and then lemon juice. Lemon juice, I've already boiled it. And this juice comes from the lemon from my tree, which is awesome. And then Dijon. That's 1 teaspoon. Again, half the recipe calls for 1 teaspoon of Dijon. Done. And then the grated Parmesan. And stick that right in. And it says to put everything back together again, which I will. And the tip with when you're using a butterfly whisk, if you want to make sure that it's actually secure, and it says 1 minute, do 2, speed 2, and then slowly raise it up to 4. So it's at 2 now, and I'm taking it up to 4. So while that's turning, it's basically, it's getting the mayo all nice and fluffy. The butterfly whisk will give a little bit of aeration, and that's what you need. And I will change my camera back again. And what I have here is ready salads. So again, it can be anything, whatever you want to have in your salad for today. This time I have some blanched kale. And the kale is, what I used with the kale was I steamed it on the simmer basket, 5 minutes on Varoma speed 2, and I get a nice wilted kale. A lot of us would eat kale raw as well, but I tend to like mine a little bit softened. So that was perfect for me. 5 minutes, Varoma speed 2. And I've got some grilled chicken breast and whatever I could find. And of course, Caesar needs to have a little bit of egg. So if you're, again, play around with whatever you want to finish. And that's what I'm going to go for. You can also put nuts in there. You can put croutons, plenty of things you can put. So it says here, I'm going to go back to my thermocam. Okay, it says here, while the butterfly is still in place, you're supposed to turn it to 4 and follow the next step. So what is the next step? So turn to 4. Oh, turn to 4. So it says there, pour the reserved oil. And you notice the spout, point it towards the direction of the spout because that will lead the oil directly into the Thermomix bowl. And remember what I mentioned about listening to the sound that you want to create? So you're listening to the sound of the whipping. And as you can hear the sound from getting a sloshy sound to a lighter whip sound, that's what I'm trying to achieve. So again, there is always no error when it comes to a Thermomix because with the butterfly, you get that nice aeration. So I'm going to take a peek, and I'm going to stop. And that's it. Let's see what I get. And it says remove the butterfly whisk, and it is done. Beautiful. So remember, this is half a recipe. When you do a full recipe, I'm going to change back to shot. Oh, no, we'll do it here. Okay, so this is done. As you can see, my computer and all my stuff is here. It's a bit of a mess, but this is real life time. And that's my real life lunch.
I am impressed that you have a cameraman, Tina.
I know. I've hired him for the.
Oh, I want one.
So, there you go.
Look at that. I love the idea of doing it with kale, just for something a little bit different. And you're totally right about the kale. If you don't do a little bit of steaming or a little bit of softening on that, it's trying to chew cardboard.
That's right. So again, it's really up to where you're at in terms of your palate.
And I do admit that it is quite tricky. I've turned back the camera to main. That it is quite tricky to go through kale because you feel like you're chewing for hours. So one way to do it is to kind of soften it on the varoma. And if you notice, the green of the varoma is still beautiful in the kale. So you're still getting the nutrition of the veggie, because it's a nicely done, just nice, perfect bite. Perfect for me, at least. Anything, you can add anything onto this. You can put your sunflower, you can put your any nuts of your preference. Oh yes. And if you want to go naughty, bacon bits is the way to go. And this bacon
salad without bacon bits.
Yeah,
Tina.
so Caesar salad, bacon bits are always the what I would go for. So the tip, oh, there you go. So yummy. So what I do with the bacon bits is I have my two trays, my baking trays, and I put a baking paper. I put my bacon on top. I put another baking paper. Usually I take a baking paper and I fold it over. So 2 baking paper in between the bacon, and then I press it down with another baking tray. And in it goes in the oven at 180. Watch your oven, because everybody's oven's different. Just put that for 20 minutes at 180. That was perfect for me. And then maybe a few minutes before that, remove the top baking lid, because it's already taken that shape of a flat piece of bacon, and you just want to dry off and remove any other liquids in the bacon itself, so you get a nice crunchy mouthfeel. And here it goes. I'm going to show you the sexy dressing of bacon. Yum, yum. Don't you wish you were in my house? Okay, so that's it for me. Caesar salad ready to go. That's my lunch and our lunch for today. I'll be giving my cameraman this for lunch, so I'm sure he's very happy.
He did a good job. He's very deserving of his Caesar salad for lunch.
Yes. Okay.
All right. Well, thanks, Tina. That was awesome. I can see Caesar salad's going to come up on my my weekly planner this week. Thanks, Tina. Okay, now we're going to head over to Anthea, and she is going to do her rice salad for us. There she is there.
Hello. Okay, so this recipe has been around since I've started Thermomix, the brown rice salad. It's one that we used to do in our face-to-face cooking classes quite a lot, because it did make such a large quantity. So it's utilising the varoma, which I love. A lot of us get a bit scared of using the varoma. And, you know, I highly recommend, especially if you are cooking for lots of people, don't be scared of the varoma. Just find yourself a varoma recipe and throw yourself into it. There's so little that can go wrong with cooking with the varoma. Okay, I'm going to switch over to my other camera, and I don't unfortunately have a helper with me, which would have been nice. Okay, let's go.
I know, I'm feeling deprived now.
Oh, what? Okay, so brown rice salad. I have pre-cooked some of this, so I just want to go through the steps with you and offer my tips as we go. So place the steaming basket onto the mixing bowl lid. This is literally just to weigh the brown rice in. So you weigh your brown rice into your steaming basket. Rinse the rice until it runs clear. Another tip I can offer you here is, if you want to speed up the cooking time, you can soak your rice in water. So rinse it in the steaming basket, then stick it in a bowl of cold water and let it sit there and soak. You can soak it for about an hour, and that will reduce the cooking time. Then we add the water to the Thermomix. Another little tip here, again, if you want to reduce cooking time, boil your kettle first and add boiling water. Then pop the basket in with your rice. Then pop the measuring cup in, and here we are doing the cooking. So we're cooking for 20 minutes. I'll skip that step. Now we place the varoma dish into position. Here we're adding our vegetables. Now this is where you've got complete creative freedom. You do not have to stick what it says. You can put whatever vegetables you know the people you're cooking for will eat. So I've just done whatever I had in the house, to be honest. And let's pop on. So pop the lid on, and then this cooks for a further 12 minutes. So if you're going to add that up, that's 32 minutes of cooking with the brown rice. We can reduce that by quite a bit, like I said, by those couple of tips, but also you don't have to use brown rice. You can use white rice. You could actually use quinoa. And again, the cooking times will be dramatically reduced if you're going to use quinoa. And we'll go to the next step. So now it's telling us to transfer the vegetables into a bowl. So I'm just going to lift my camera up and try and get this overlooking the varoma so you can see what I am doing here. So I'm just going to take the varoma lid off. This is the old version, this is the clear version. As you're taking the varoma lid off, always take it away from you so the steam goes away from you. You will then use this and pop it on the work surface. You can see the vegetables that I've got in here. I didn't mix them up so you can see the mixture we've got. I've got carrots, peas, sweet corn, capsicum, and some snow peas. I'm just going to take this off. This is going to go onto my work surface, but on top of the lid, because that's going to act as a drip tray. It's time to put the vegetables in a bowl. I'm just going to leave them there for a moment because I want to show you the rice. So same thing here, the rice is already cooked. I'm going to use my spatula. Now, the hook on the spatula goes into the little hole on your steaming bar, so you pull it against the bowl, and then you can lift up and drain the rice. Now the rice is already drained, so I'm just going to pour this rice into the bowl. So you can tip it upside down and let it just, it's been sitting there for a while, so it might need a bit of help. Let it come out. Okay, so you can see it's not hot enough. It's not so hot that I can't hold the outside edge. That's because it's been sat there for about an hour. Now what you'll also notice here is I've got some little eggs in my bowl. So what I did, because I wanted to boil some eggs at the same time, let's bring this a bit closer now. I'll just switch around. You'll see here, I just popped some eggs in the basket. So I'll take those out and I will peel those so I can add those to the salad at a later stage. Let's bring this camera down a little bit more.
That's a great idea, Anthea. Multitasking, so cooking your rice and boiling the eggs all at the same time.
Okay, so now let's just get this on top of here. So what I've got coming into this bowl now, let's move this so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to put the vegetables in and mix the vegetables through. You see all of that going in. Now the recipe then tells you to pop your serving bowl on top and add all of the rest of the dressing. So you can do that. You just pop your serving bowl on top like so, and then add all of the dressing ingredients and weigh them in. I haven't weighed any of them. I'm just gonna ad lib and throw it all in, so we don't need to use the Thermomix for that. But I just want to show you how easy it is to make all of this up. So I'm going to add some tamari sauce. I've already got some lemon juice that I've prepared, so that's going to go in there. Some olive oil. You can see I'm very technical with my cooking, just a few gloves. And follow the recipe. Yeah. You can follow the recipe to the T if you're scared of cooking this way, but I just want to show you how you can freestyle as well. I've got salt and pepper going in here. I'm going to add, let me see, I've got some pepitas. I'm actually going to add these at the end. So what I'll do now, I'm just going to stir this all through and just get all of that dressing, the nice lemon juice and the tamari mixed through. Now, the recipe suggests adding tuna. Some of my kids eat tuna, some of them don't. So with a recipe like this, if I'm making it for my family, I'll make up a basic rice salad first and I'll serve it with additional extras. So this is going to go on a bed of spinach. So I pop that on that bed of spinach here. You can see just how much it makes. So pop that on. I'm going to add some pepitas and sunflower seeds. Now, the kids, they will have the tuna set aside, and I'll also put some feta set aside, and I've got some olives and sun-dried tomatoes. I love all this. This is my lunch today, so this is all going to go in. And again, I've boiled those eggs. We could peel those eggs and chop them up and add those also, but I'm just going to leave those for now. add the lovely olives, sun-dried tomatoes, and then finish it off with some spring onions. And a bit of parsley. So, how simple is it to produce a massive salad like so? I'm just going to pop the light on here, see if that's better for you. So there you can see, huge servings. That will serve easily 8, maybe more. More if you're using it as a side salad. Any questions about it? I mean, you know, you can add nuts to this. I added seeds instead of nuts. Dressing, you know, I know you were saying that you like Asian spices in your food. You could add Asian spices to this easily. Add up chopped up chili, all sorts. It's just one of those meals that you completely make to your family's liking.
Yeah, you could easily, I mean, if you wanted to swap out the parsley for coriander, you could easily Asian style that one up. But it's such a versatile salad, isn't it? I must admit, most of the time I don't put the tuna in either.
Yeah.
It kind of takes over a little bit. If you're having it as that was your meal, the tuna's great. But if you're having it as a side, as you said, Anthea, it's so nice to just have it as a vegetarian option as well.
Okay.
Cool. All right, well, thank you. So a little bit more inspiration for us all. The other way, of course, to get inspiration is to host a cooking experience with your consultant. We have some fabulous host awards, and they're also doing the meter in February. So, you know, hosting a cooking experience is like a private cooking class in your kitchen, and just chatting about all the things that you're interested in and your cooking, and answering all the questions that you have. There's no limit to how many cooking experiences you can have. So, you know, take advantage of that. That's it's something we do to, you know, help you and give you some inspiration as well. Just more inspiration coming in. Okay, so next we have Rochelle, and she's going to run us through her super salad. I think she's doing a chicken variation this time, as opposed to doing the salmon one. I would love the salmon one, but I'll be interested to see the chicken variation. So,
thanks. Hello. So yeah, I'm doing the salmon superfood salad, and I'm doing it with chicken. I love salmon as well, but the husband does not. So for the sake of keeping it easy on this hot Friday end of the week, I'm going to make it simple. So I've pre-done a few things, but I'll take you through what I have done and show you kind of the few different steps. So, oh, hang on a minute. Sorry, I'm going to go back to the start. Okay, so I'm just going to, you can hopefully see my, can you see that okay? Janine?
Yes, we can. Great. Yes.
Awesome.
Perfect.
So this particular method, so it cooks the quinoa first, and this one actually does it straight into the mixing bowl. So if you've got the TM6, you'll know the great feature of the TM6 has the rice cooker as well. So this is another way that the rice is cooked, which is directly into your bowl. So what you do is you add 100 grams of tricolor quinoa. Now I did it with regular quinoa and have worked out that regular quinoa cooks a lot quicker than tricolor. So similar to your rices and things like that, how some cook a bit quicker than others. I found that. So if you're using tricolor, you should be fine. But if you're using, you know, just the sort of the regular quinoa, it will cook a lot quicker. So anyway, so we added that in. Add in your 250 grams of water. Chuck the measuring lid on, and then it's pre-selected 15 minutes, 100 degrees, and it's got the blade in reverse and turning it to speed 1. So that's so that blunt edge of the blade is going first. So if you're in a Thermomix and you don't know this, if you press this button here, that's what changes it between reverse and regular direction. So I went ahead and I've done that. As I mentioned, I actually stopped this at 7 minutes 45. So I think it cooked it for 8 minutes roughly. And that's what I found was good for this particular type of quinoa. So that step's done already. Put that aside, clean and dry the mixing bowl. Then I've added in the, I'm actually going to show you guys a little video of this one because I have pre-recorded it. So I'm just going to quickly share my screen. One participant, multiple move. Can I go? Oh, there we go. Gosh, sorry. I think it's probably
Wonderful, but you need a license, don't you, to do all this stuff?
seriously. All right, so I've pre-recorded this part so you can actually see what's going on. So hopefully everyone can see. So chuck in the 3 sprigs of the fresh parsley. And then the next step is the zest of the lemon. I'll show you shortly a great little tool to do that. So then you chuck the mixing bowl lid on and you'll see how fine this kind of chops the parsley and the lemon. So again, it's pre-selected. You can hear my son in the background of this pre-recorded little video, which is fun. This is just going to make it quite fine, and this is what's going to go on top of either your salmon or your chicken, depending on what you choose to do it with.
Sorry to interrupt. I'm just seeing a screen that's not moving. I've just got a picture of the basic cookbook and the Thermomix. Is that just me or is that everyone's?
Yeah, no, I've got that as well. I was just messaging you. So we're not seeing a video. We can hear the video, but we can't see it.
Why is it not working? It's popped up.
It's just, yeah, it's just like a square screen, not a video.
Still not.
No?
Yeah, okay. Doesn't matter. All good. Let's stop share. Go back to this. That's all good. So I'll take you through these steps real quick. So the parsley, the lemon, set the measuring cup, and then you get that into a fine, basically dust, and then you do it again. That's chopping that herb really finely. Why is that coming up? Can you guys can hear me okay?
Oh, we can, Rochelle. Yep, all good.
And then you pop that aside, and then I'm going to chuck in a garlic clove. I skipped on the chili because I'm going to try and feed this to my son for dinner. Chopped that for 3 seconds, and that basically crushed the garlic. Scrape down the sides, add in the olive oil, and then it sautés it for 2 minutes on Varoma. And you add that to the bowl with the parsley and the lemon. And what I love about this is then you just add water. So without rinsing the mixing bowl, it literally tells you every single step. Without rinsing, add in 1,000 grams of water. And then it says to place the Varoma dish on and arrange your salmon. So I arranged my chicken pieces and my chicken breast in here. And then you basically spread that parsley, lemon, garlic marinade all over the top. You can kind of see the Varoma there. And then that cooked for 14 minutes on Varoma. So I had the liquid in the bottom here, and then my tray and my dish with the Varoma. So that's steamed. So you can see that's how it looks afterwards. So I'm going to go a little rogue here, and I'm going to hit the home button. And I'm actually going to, the recipe does tell you to pull apart the salmon, but being chicken, it's a little bit trickier. So I'm actually going to show you how quick and easy it is to shred the chicken. Oh, geez.
Flying chicken.
Yeah, it's gone a bit crazy. I'm going to show you how to shred that. So I love doing this shredded chicken. I actually made this salad yesterday for a few girlfriends that came over. Excuse me. And then having it for dinner, I don't know, it seems like shredded chicken goes further than normal breast chicken when you just got it diced. I don't know if it's an illusion, but
as well, doesn't it? You can pop it into just about anything, shredded chicken.
exactly, anything, into soups, into burrito bowls. So chuck my lid on. And then if I pop the blade into reverse, again, that's just going to ensure that that chicken doesn't turn to mush. So I'm just going to turn this to speed 3.5. And crank it to 4. And that worked out to be about 7 seconds. So similar to what Tina was saying, you kind of listen to what your machine's doing. And there's my shredded chicken.
Perfect.
Which is amazing. So I'm going to leave that in, and this is where my second bowl comes in very handy. And I'm going to go back to this little bookmark up here. So that's where my recipe is. Screen's a bit dirty from that wild chicken. Okay, so now we're going to chuck in red capsicum. It's just been pre-cut into 8s. I'm going to skip the red onion because, again, I don't think the little man would love raw onion. Chuck in my Lebanese cucumber, and that's just in chunks like that. Oh, feta cheese. Sorry. Knew I forgot something. I'm going to chuck in my feta cheese. So I'm going with goat's cheese on this one. I'm pregnant. I don't know if you can see my big belly there, but I'm low in iron. So trying to avoid dairy where possible because it stops you from absorbing iron. Fun fact. So apparently goats is a lot better. Lowering, I don't know. Okay. Then we've got our basil. Chucking that in. Dijon mustard. Calling for a teaspoon of Dijon mustard. And then it's calling for a tablespoon of apple cider. Put that in. Hit next, 30 grams of olive oil. Again, the inbuilt scales mean that I can just free pour this and stop when I reach the amount that I need. Okay, I'm going to skip the parsley just because I used it all. So chuck in some salt, a little bit of pepper. So this is combining the dressing and the vegetables all in there. So pop my lid on. It's pre-selected 5 seconds, and it's asking me to turn it to speed 4.
And it looks like it's in reverse there. So it's just mixing the ingredients together rather than kind of blitzing them. So.
And I find by doing recipes like this, you start to figure out with the guided recipes what speed, the consistency that each speed kind of creates for your vegetables and things like that. So you can see that was after, was it 5 seconds? That's everything in there. So that's mixed up all of that yummy feta, kind of made a bit of a dressing with that, but also chopped up my cucumber, my capsicum, my basil, all those. It smells so good. Okay, I made this yesterday with tomatoes. It's amazing with tomatoes. My husband, who is the fussy eater of the family, not my 19-month-old, doesn't eat tomatoes. So I'm going to leave that out, sadly. Hit next. I'm going to chuck in some avocado. And get that all in there. So I'm just going to do half. I've got my chives. Where are they? Here they are. So measure, okay, so this is pre-selected 10 seconds, and again, the blade's in reverse. So what this is going to do is just mix, if I had tomato in there, it would mix the tomato through, and it's going to mix that avocado in there as well, and make that all nice. Okay, next, okay. So back on the kale theme, I think what I'm choosing to use baby spinach for this salad. So here's a bit of quinoa. I'm just making one portion because this is going to be my lunch, and then I'll put the rest together later, but chuck in some baby spinach. So this basically tells you exactly how to kind of assemble your salad. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to chuck in baby spinach. Bit of this chicken, smells so good. And that's all blended up in there with that lemon and parsley marinade too, which is amazing.
All those yummy flavors.
Oh, so good. It smells amazing. I wish that I could share with you guys, but I can't, sorry. So chucking that on there, a few little cranberries as well on top. I'm chucking on some pepitas as well, which is so yummy in a salad. Nice bit of crunch. Some good healthy fats in there as well. And then you can top with a bit more feta too. So I can just mix that all around, get that quinoa through it. And that's a great, healthy, easy salad, makes a big portion. Great for these hot winter nights when, I don't know about you guys, when I kind of feel like I just want something a bit cooler.
Yes, absolutely. Instead of cranking the oven and getting all that happening, nice to just make an all-in-one meal as well. So not having to make it elsewhere in the kitchen.
And that's it. There's a nice, I'm so excited to eat this. It smells amazing.
Lovely. Please take your photo for us, Rochelle.
I will, definitely. I think it's definitely one to try. So there you go. You can make salad in a Thermomix. Who knew?
You absolutely can. So thank you. That looks absolutely delicious. So we've got a few things to go with now. So the first one is I'm going to head in and make a beef salad, and I have done some of this already, so I can just take you through the steps, and then we're going to head over to Fiona and she's going to make her broccoli salad. So this is the Thai beef salad. So I'm just going to press start cooking. So asking to pop a bowl on the top, and weigh in 500 grams of fillet steak. I've actually used rump steak today because I got some nice fresh, and I think when it's fresh, it can be really delicious and soft. So I'm going with rump steak. So pop that in a bowl, set it aside, and then we're adding in our marinade. So 2 cloves of garlic, some ginger, pop our lid on, give that a bit of a blitz for 3 seconds, scrape down the bowl. A tablespoon of fish sauce. I'm a little bit like Anthea, just kind of weigh things in as I go. A tablespoon of oyster sauce, a little bit of sesame oil. Pop that in, give that a mix for 5 seconds, and then transfer. So pop that into a bowl, marinate the meat, and that's what I've done there. So what I'll do is I'll just take you through another couple of steps. And then I'm going to actually fry off that in a frying pan, but we'll get some of the salad going as well. So clean and dry mixing bowl. So the next thing it asks for is 2 fresh chilies. So we like things a little bit spicy in my house, so I haven't really bothered to de-seed them. So 2 long chilies cut in halves, 4 cloves of garlic. I like to be very generous with my garlic, so I've got a Land of the Giants one. And you can do that absolutely when you're cooking with your Thermomix. If you like food really flavoursome, and you know, normally whatever you make has got 2 cloves of garlic, and the cookie dough recipe says 1, you know, just pop the extra garlic in to boost up your flavours. Okay, so we're going to pop our lid on and we're just going to blitz this for 3 seconds. Okay, and then we hit next, scrape down sides of the bowl. So this is just making the dressing. So, boy, don't stick your head over the bowl when you chop chilies. 30 grams of fish sauce. Okay, 30 grams. And then we get next 60 grams of lime juice. So I've got that ready to go. 40 grams, that's okay. 20 grams of palm sugar. Pop that in. You can use whatever sugar you like. Insert our measuring cup into the lid. Wow, that chili is fierce, I must tell you. Okay, so 4 seconds on speed 6. I think I must have tapped something then. Transfer, hang on, I'll just go back for a second. 40 seconds. Let me just have a look. That looks pretty good to me. Next, transfer into a bowl. Oh, that chili's sitting right in the back of my throat. Like the onions do. Lucky we don't have to chop onions anymore. Okay. Now, I actually haven't made this recipe before. Do not clean, mix and bowl. So we're doing all this one together. 1 stick of lemongrass, just cut into pieces. Pop that in. We're going to give that a chop. Next, so 5 seconds. 2 echallots. I don't really use echallots, so I just use these ones, just normal shallots. So that's what's going in there. Insert measuring cup and give that another little chop on speed 5. Okay, 30 grams of red onion. So that's going to go in the bowl. Next, a teaspoon of chili powder. I have left the seeds in my chili, so I'm thinking that might be spicy enough for us. So I might just skip that bit. 2 teaspoons of sesame oil. This is where a bit of a flavour sensation. Sesame oil. 2 teaspoons. Without measuring cup this time. So take that out and then press next. So now it's just going to cook that for 3 minutes. So what we might do is we might head over to Fiona while that's happening, and she's going to make us a lovely broccoli salad, which will be delightful.
Okay. All ready to go?
We got the right screen for you?
Yes, thanks, Janine. Yep, all ready to go. So I'm going to make the broccoli salad, which is literally 15 seconds in your Thermomix. It takes about 10 minutes to prepare the ingredients, and so it's incredibly quick. So it would be far quicker than going to the supermarket and buying a ready-made one. So here we go. So I've got my screen and we press start. So I'm adding the 250 grams of broccoli, they're florets, which I've just cut. I'm just throwing them in. Next is carrot. So I've just cut the carrot into pieces like that. We're throwing that in. 1 apple. So I've got a green apple. A red apple probably would have looked nicer because I've got the green broccoli, but I've got a green apple, which is just quartered and cored. That goes in.
I like the green apple because it's got a little bit of tart to it. It kind of makes it quite fresh.
So either really. So I've got some red onion though, so that will give it a little bit more colour. So that just goes in. Literally, you just put everything all in together. So quick. So I've now got some natural yogurt, and you can make your own, which I haven't today, but you can do it in your Verona. I'll show you in a little minute about how you can do it in jars, and you can do pot set yogurt also in your Thermomix, which makes really delicious yogurt and very easy. And now lemon juice, 20 grams of lemon juice. And that's basically it. Some salt and pepper. Put a bit more extra pepper in. I like pepper. Salt and pepper. Put your measuring cup in and your lid on. And 5 seconds on speed 4. And now so straight down the sides, but I'll just show you what it looks like. So at the moment it looks like that, so it's still a little bit chunky. I'll just scrape down the sides a little bit with my spatula. It's just so quick though, and it is delicious. Put it back on. Measuring cup and lid, another 2 seconds on speed 4. Now, if you find this a little bit chunkier than you'd like, you can put it on for longer. I think we could do with it a little bit more, so I might just do a second more. Another 2 seconds. And I think that will be enough. And then here we have it. So I'm basically going to put it in the bowl and serve it. And that's it. So it's really, really quick. I've also got a few walnuts here, so I'm going to just put, just sprinkle some walnuts on top of that, just to add it. And I've got a little bit of basil, which I'm going to. So there, I'll just put the camera down. So there's our broccoli salad, which took literally 15 seconds and a little bit of talking in between, but not much more. So it's super fast. The only other thing I was going to show you is just you can get these little yogurt jars from the mix shop, and you can make your yogurt in these little jars in the Verona. And now the Verona sits on the top of the bowl like this. Basically fresh milk and a yogurt starter or a little tub of yogurt, natural yogurt, and basically steam them in your Verona like this in the little jars for a couple of hours on the fermenting function on your Thermomix, and you can then end up with nice little, I'll just show you, you can do little jars like this. Oh, it just went away from me. So yogurt with red coulis like that. So you can do your yogurt and then you can make lovely little jars like that with your yogurt in it. So it's just a little side thing if you want to try and make your own yogurt as well. So yeah, So that's me, Janine, basically. I enjoy my salad now.
I was going to say as well, Anthea popped in there about the raw beetroot salad. With that one as well, you can then add in some like goat's cheese, cream cheese, feta, something like that, and then blend that into a dip.
Yeah.
To kind of look extra fancy. If
You
you
could
got
probably add other things to these too if you want. Or herbs
Yeah.
or stuff. Yeah. So, yeah.
With that broccoli salad, I have toasted some flaked almonds and added that on the top, and some just shredded hot smoked salmon. That makes a really delicious, and then you can have that as a lunch rather than just as a side, or, Rochelle's shredded chicken in there, a little bit of feta, the broccoli salad. I remember, because I've had a Thermomix for 11 years, I remember when my kids were sitting there, sort of 12 and 10 or something, they're eating, a bowl full of raw broccoli. I thought the Thermomix was worth it just for that. Like, seriously, that was one of those aha moments. But thanks, Fiona. That's a real favourite in my house. I make that one all the time. Goes beautiful with a quiche or, barbecuing, whatever you want to do. So thank you. Okay, we're on the home stretch now. I'm just going to add a spotlight here. So at the moment, I have got the meat cooking on the, just frying away in the pan. And it did ask me to chop up 60 grams of toasted peanuts. Yep, so I did that. So now it's asking for 6 to 8 sprigs of mint leaves. And I've got a big bowl here. 1 to 2 bunches of coriander, Thai basil, and some shallots. Okay, and then we're going to add some Lebanese cucumber. And that is pretty much our salad. So we're going to cook the meat, and then we're going to add all these ingredients into a bowl. So I've literally got a big bowl here that's got my lettuce in it. Here's my shallots going in. I've got the cucumber, tomatoes, and just give those a little bit of a mix. Put that around. We're going to be adding our chili sauce that we reserved a little bit earlier. And we've also got the cooked lemongrass that goes into the bowl. I'm just going to give that a little bit of a mix. I've also got the toasted peanuts. So I just gave those a little bit of a chop. So you can do this in the Thermomix as well, but I just thought to make it happen quickly because I'm conscious that we're running on a little bit of short time. So I'm just going to, actually I might move the Thermomix aside. Got my bowl. So just, a nice white bowl is a good idea. Pop all that into there, all those beautiful aromats and all the flavour and a little bit of spice, a little bit of sugar. Pop some more, what do I do is I'll grab the meat. So that's just sizzled away. So this is my lunch for today. And I'm just going to pop that on the top and sprinkle on some of the peanuts. And I'll put it all on there. Pop some more peanuts on the top. And I also have, these are probably a little bit naughty, but I really love them. They're fried shallots. So you can buy them in the Asian supermarket. I have found them, you can buy them in Woolworths as well. And my son absolutely loves these. So I'm just going to sprinkle that on the top. And so there you go. There's a beautiful Thai beef salad, you know, just like you would buy from Banana Blossom or something like that, and super easy to make in the Thermomix. So it had, you know, a few steps, but with this guided cooking, you can just follow along. So a couple of other things I wanted to chat to you about is making condiments and things with your Thermomix. So this morning I whipped up a couple of batches of chili jam. The recipe is on the recipe community, so I will share those recipes and all the recipes that we've made today as well. So you'll get an email and you'll get a little video, a copy of the video from today. So that way you can, you know, if you like to do little cook-alongs, you can do that as well. So I'll include the chili jam recipe. That's actually off the Thermomix recipe community. And honestly, it's almost a full-time job in my house trying to keep up with the request for the chili jam. Got to keep on top of that one. The other thing that I wanted to also show you today was going to make a mango and quinoa salad, which was absolutely delicious. And I'll include the recipe for that, but we've gone a little bit over time, so I think we'll give that one a miss. So herb and garlic pull-apart. On the TM6, and I'm sure you can find videos on YouTube, there's actually little videos to show you how to do the steps of the pull-apart once you've kind of laid it out. One thing I just would like to remind you of, that when you're kneading in your Thermomix, it needs you. So it's only 2 minutes, and especially with the pull-apart, it's a very big ball of dough. I think it's 750 grams of flour bouncing around in your machine, whereas a pizza dough is only 400. So good idea just to absolutely stay with your machine for that 2 minutes. But, you know, just another thing to have with salads, if you're entertaining, you know, just whip out a you know, a herb and garlic pizza or a pull-apart to have with that as well. So thank you very much for coming along today. Thank you so much to the girls who helped out and doing a little bit of cooking. So Rochelle, Fiona, Anthony, Tina, Anthea, Tina, gee, I hope I haven't forgotten anybody there. Ellen, thanks for coming on too and helping out. So I hope you all have a lovely day. I hope you're feeling inspired to make another salad. I know I'm going to be heading off to the supermarket to buy a few more ingredients to make some things, but thank you for sharing with us today. And if you've got any questions, please let me know. You've got my email address. Interested in the business at all, come have a chat to your consultant. Likewise, if you want to host a cooking experience and have like a private cooking class. So thank you very much, and hope to see you again soon.